A deal on Dickens, who could resist? A stack of Austen, warmly kissed. Golden Age crime tales twist and turn, every page a treasure to learn. Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea, reading always feels so free.
Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. I'm trying to knock out some reviews that I really should have gotten done quite a while ago. And some of these, I hope I can still remember them, because some of the books that I have to review are quite old. I'm making sure that I have, okay. I wasn't sure if I had reviewed the first Anna Katharine Green book, and I wanted to make sure I grabbed that before I reviewed this one, but it looks like I had. So this is the second of Anna Katharine Green's books, and if you remember from way back when I reviewed the first one, which I know it's behind you guys, but I can't remember the title of it. Oh, it's the Leavenworth case, I believe. But that was her first novel, and she's considered to be the mother of the detective novel. And this is her second book, quite a bit smaller, A Strange Disappearance. This one was good. I didn't like it quite as well as I did the first one. I did give it 4 stars. I remember thinking this cover was an interesting choice because it didn't match the way what the character looked like, but I know that's a lot of times covers don't necessarily match. Now this one was interesting because usually, and this is probably because of the fact that I read a lot of Agatha Christie's, I have a tendency to think when I'm reading a mystery, I'm going to end up with a murder mystery. That was not the case here. This was actually, like it says, a disappearance. And although I did miss the narrator character from the first book, I had really liked his character. I thought that he was very pleasant to have as a narrator. So I did miss him when we went to this book. And the character they chose as a narrator here had shown up in the first book. He was kind of the feet on the ground. Feet on the ground for the police detective that Anna Katharine Green has, Mr. Grice. And the character's name, who is your narrator character and this kind of feet on the ground type character, is Q. So I ended up, just like I did with Leavenworth case, I realized pretty quickly that I was not supposed to just be able to figure things out. That I wasn't going to be provided enough clues to do so. So I eventually decided, you know what, I'm not going to take notes. I'm just going to enjoy it. I don't care if I come to the conclusion at the end. But so this was just a fun read. I did end up enjoying Q's character, and I enjoyed how it was wrapped up. But don't expect like a kind of Agatha Christie type mystery. It's really not quite that type of story. But it is a fun read. And now that I'm flipping through it, I do remember bits and pieces of it. It almost has, it's very much dependent on the character, the study of the characters, if that makes sense. It's the studying of who these individual characters are. It's almost gothic in nature sometimes. Some of the stuff in the story can come across as a bit dramatic, but it works out well for this story, and it does make it a fun read. Like I said, though, it's not a long read. It's only 131 pages, but as with the first book, Anna Katharine Green does a really nice job of drawing her characters and making you really connected to them and wanting to see what happens next. Now, I do kind of feel like Mr. Gryce in both books, while he is present and while he is definitely needed for solving the mystery, he almost is kind of more to the background in both of the books. Like, whoever your narrator character is, really is the one who takes the lead in the story. They aren't the one who solves the mystery really ever, at least in the 2 books that I've read, but they are the ones that we see most, and you really see quite little in comparison of Mr. Gryce. It's not a situation like a Hastings Poirot, where Poirot is very present, and even though you're seeing the story through a Hastings perspective. But in these stories, Mr. Gryce is necessary, but your narrator, whether it be Q or the young lawyer in the first book, these narrator characters are the ones who are very much front and center. They are reporting back to Mr. Gryce, but they are your active characters instead of being the observers the way Hastings is. And Q, to a certain extent, you can even argue, even though the lawyer character is very active, Q might even be more so, which makes sense considering his position as Mr. Gryce's, feet on the street. Now, I believe Q is also a police officer. They don't really say what his role is. Let's see. Yes, Q is a rising young detective, so he's underneath Mr. Gryce, and Mr. Gryce basically has him do his running for him. But yeah, this is a book that I will probably want to reread at some point, but the fact that upon flipping through, I find that I do remember quite a decent amount of it speaks well to the story itself, especially since this isn't the typical cozy type mystery that I usually read, where there is a murder at pretty much the beginning, and then you have your main detective, solving the mystery throughout. It's not that kind of story. It's a mystery, but it's not quite the same. You don't have the fair play rules that the Detection Club really made a point of implementing. And the murder isn't always going to be the catalyst to your story, which is actually kind of nice as well, because it's nice to every once in a while have a story where someone doesn't die. It's kind of nice. So I think that's all I have to say about that. I recommend Anna Catherine Green in general. I do want to reread, or I want to read more of her books. I have a couple more of her books, but I don't think any of her other books that I have a private eye in it, or I don't think any of the books I have of hers have a private eye in it, if she even writes books with private eyes. So I will not be reading her for Private Eye July. It would have been kind of nice if I could have found a way to shoehorn her in there, but I can't. So I will satisfy myself with finally reviewing this book for y'all. So hope that you check out her work. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope that you have a blessed day, and I will see you again for the next video. God bless. Bye.
Books keep coming home with me. Piles so tall, they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea. Reading always feels so free.